we were on a private jet once, and I said that to the guys. I was just like, I said it to Todd. I was like, it's gonna end. Enjoy this,
right?
Because this is probably the last of it.
And Todd starts doing crunches in the back of the jet. Like, oh shit, really? When do you think?
Guys, a quick break in the action to let you know that today's podcast is brought to you by EveryPlate. Yes, EveryPlate. What an amazing meal delivery service EveryPlate is. It is number one. And guys, I have been using it for the past few weeks, and I feel better. I look better. I've even lost a little bit of weight, and that has everything to do with EveryPlate. And right now, guys, if you go to the link in the description or go to the website everyplate.com, my listeners are going to get their first box for just $1.49 per meal. Just $1.49 per meal, guys. That is nothing. That is so cheap. That's going to save you money. It's going to make you look great. And all you have to do is use my code NASH149. That's everyplate.com, everyplate.com, and code NASH149. There it is on the screen. Okay, back to the podcast. Today's podcast guest is Josh Peck, and special thanks to Good Times at Davy Wayne's for letting us shoot here. Enjoy the show. Yo, guys, what's up? Welcome back to the podcast. This is the All Good Things podcast. My guest today, Josh Peck.
What an honor.
It's crazy.
Big fan of yours, Jason. I feel so lucky to know you.
Really?
Tell
me about it.
I think there's certainly still room for you to grow, to get really...
I'm 50.
to get quite famous. But even at this level of fame, the great shame would have been if you hadn't even attained this level.
Yeah.
Like the
Thank
fact
God.
that a good portion of the world knows you.
Some.
It helps me sleep at night. That you could have just been a suburban dad.
Yeah.
And unrealized, just a viner.
Yeah.
That would have been upsetting.
You know what? I don't even want to be really famous. I don't like it.
Too late, though, you are.
No, I'm not. I'm the perfect level. I go to the mall. Mm-hmm. I've been to the mall with David. Everybody wants a picture.
Yeah.
I go to
David?
the mall with David.
David
Dobrik. You forgot. Yeah, I know. Because now I'm self-realized. I don't have him anymore. And I go to the mall, and people don't even ask me for pictures. They just walk by. They go, yo, what's up, Jason?
Oh, that's the best.
That's it.
Yeah.
They don't even want to, they don't even care. They don't even want me in their phone.
It's great.
It's just great. You could probably see the types of fans, different archetypes, because you've done so much, right? You've done so much. Sure, like the indie stuff, those types of fans probably look different than like your average Drake and Josh fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, or your Hulu, How I Met Your Father fan.
Yes.
Can you break those down for us?
I can certainly profile the Josh Peck fan. Like, if there's almost like a emptiness in their eyes, just like something's overtaken them, I know they're a Drake and Josh fan, because the fandom is so devoted in that they see me and they're like, what's my childhood doing here? This doesn't compute.
Yeah.
But you're right. If they're more Silver Lakey, Williamsburg, I'm like, you're going to mention the containment thriller I did that went straight to VOD called ATM.
We took you to USC once, and we had gone to USC a couple times to film. We'd go down there with Dave or whatever, and people were excited. We took you to USC. Different ball game. We had to leave.
It's my peeps.
We literally had to leave because it was too much. It's like, we can't shoot anything because you were there.
Look, you take me to a Shakey's Pizza,
Yeah.
Dave and Buster's. Yeah, I'm going to be like The Rock. Anywhere else, no one gives a shit. We know this.
All right, we're going to do this really quick. The conversation's going well, but they want me to do this at the top. So
good.
Here we go. Google most search questions for Josh Peck. This is Google's most search questions for Josh Peck. Okay, here we go.
Is Josh Peck dead?
Okay, let's see. You pull it off.
Married. Happily.
Yes.
Yeah.
And oh my God, I went to your wedding.
Dude, you went to my wedding. How awesome.
I was so surprised I got the invite. And when I got it, I was like, Jason, don't screw this up. Don't make an ass of yourself. Don't bother John Stamos too much. And then I got seated across from John Stamos.
Yeah.
And Josh, I was levitating. I was like, and of course, John Stamos, awesome. So cool. He couldn't have been cooler. Asked me questions.
Yeah.
And your wedding was nice. It was really understated. Mm-hmm. Like, I thought it would be like, just like balls to the wall, like crazy, but it was like really beautiful out in Malibu.
Yeah.
We were at a winery. What was your favorite part of your wedding?
So funny because I'm almost at that point. I was 9 years sober, wedding at a winery. Right? It's like, don't go to a barbershop. You don't want a haircut. Right? Sipping in the fields. Right? What did I do?
You relapsed that day?
It happens. Listen,
Yeah, I'm sure it does.
Still had a nice time. No, I didn't.
No. Of course.
But it was, my wife, I always say my wife's great talent is her taste.
Yes.
She has this understated way about her. I always notice that girls love her style.
Yeah.
And they want to bite things from her. Like, they'll be like, where'd you get that sweater? Or I love your shoes. Or I love just the way you put that together. And so I totally gave over to her with the wedding, with basically every decision from here on out. It's my wife.
You have to give over because we don't know.
They care. Wives care about shit.
Yeah.
And it's the shit that we don't. I've never thought about crown molding. I don't care about what, we are building a house currently. We're almost done.
Yeah.
Moving in a couple weeks.
Really?
My wife goes, see that archway?
Yeah.
I go, yeah. She goes, see how it's rounded? I said, I love that. She goes, it didn't come that way. I made a decision and people implemented it. It's a good decision.
Yeah. And I wouldn't even think about that.
Yeah, I'd be going through square doorways for the rest of my life. Now I get to go through an arch like I'm an emperor.
Yeah.
Like I'm a priest.
Yeah. I was talking to a bisexual woman last night, and she was saying, I was like, what's the difference between men and women that you date? And she just said, guys are so dumb. She goes, they're just so simple. Wow. And I was like, oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. All right. Here, one more question.
Have you ever toyed with being bisexual? Clip it.
I was on a plane.
Follow Jason on TikTok.
I was on a plane from Boston to LA. Went to see my mom. Economy. Exit row.
Solid. Views are down. Let me guess. JetBlue, and you got the extra legroom seat at least.
Had to.
Come on.
It's only another $100.
I get it. That we'll splurge on.
Sat next to a gay man. He was about 55. Great guy. Talked to him the entire time. He fell asleep, and I couldn't sleep. And I was kind of mad that he was asleep, And then I was just looking at him, and I was like, and I really thought about it. I was like, could I be with Mark?
Yeah.
And I don't know. Ultimately, I don't know if I could suck his dick, But that'd be the thing. That was the thing that stopped me. Because I can't imagine women wanting to suck a dick.
Sure. I get it. I love men. I do love men. I really do. I have a
yeah.
I don't know. You know what? It's like the only the physical part of a relationship with men has been the only limiter for me.
Yes, of course. There's guys that I just love to be with. Todd I love to be with.
Yeah.
He's so manly or whatever. But yeah, I don't want to look at his asshole or.
Yeah. Not now. Things change.
Not yet.
You ever go on a trip with a bro?
Yeah.
With a bud?
Yeah.
And you're just like, and you get in, and you got separate beds at the Ramada or the Courtyard Marriott, wherever you're staying.
For sure.
And there's no question, you're not going to get in each other's bed. But it's nice having them there. You're on the same sketch.
Yeah.
You can, rip a fart and not feel judgment because you're bros.
Yeah, it is nice. I wish women could understand the bro relationship. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Keep going.
Is Josh Peck and Miranda Cosgrove related? Just by souls.
Yeah.
I love her.
You have a nice relationship with her?
Yeah, we have the best relationship. Yeah? Well, she's a better relationship with my wife because they text all the time.
Oh, that's nice.
But
I've met her. Nice. She's lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't say a bad thing about her. She just gets it.
Come on.
I've known her since she was 9. I'm trying. I'm looking. I can't.
Say something. She must have some faults.
Too nice.
Too nice. Okay.
Is Josh Peck Armenian?
Ooh, is that because you hang out with Jonas Kebab?
It's probably because I hang out with Jonah and his family constantly. I'm sure a couple people have seen me make jokes with Jonah's family where they were like, you better be Armenian, otherwise you've crossed the line.
Right.
So allow me to apologize here first.
Yeah.
It's just born out of a deep love and respect for the culture and a wish that I was Armenian.
Yeah. It's kind of, your family's pretty small, right?
Very.
Yeah, so I think that's what I get out of it too. It reminds me of my big family back in Boston and just loud and
Tell me, like, in the moments where you've spent all day vlogging and worried about the business or some views, all these things that are like related to the way you make money in show business, and then you go into Jonah's family's house and like they couldn't care less about anything related to show business. That's like gotta be. I think that's why. That's what's refreshing for all of us about them. It's like, oh my God, I'm at my like buddy's house. Yeah. And we get to eat food and play Nintendo 64.
Yeah. And Vardon too is like, you just want to like love him, and we've just watched him grow up. Yeah. He's huge now, and
he could beat us all up now.
Yes.
He's also, did you hear that he had a bad accident the other day?
I heard. Jonah. Is that what you guys
Jonah
do?
immediately started filming it.
He sent me the TikTok and he goes, I go, what are you guys doing? At the hospital with Vardon. I go, oh my God, what happened? She goes, he goes, he fell on a scooter. Like that. And I go, is he okay? And they're like, yeah. And then immediately the TikTok comes and Jonah says, can I post this?
It's so, I just love that his brother literally went over the handles on a, let's just call it aggressively borrowed bird scooter, AKA he didn't rent it.
Wait, it was a bird?
It was a rental scooter that had more time left on it.
Oh, no.
And he just took off on it. I mean, the person was done with it, so,
sure.
Might as well go to waste. Is money going to go to Uber?
Don't waste the energy.
And it just kind of, I think it got speed wobbles or something, and he went over the handlebars, and it landed on his finger, broke his hand, cut his finger.
Broke his hand?
Yeah.
Is he all right?
Yeah, he's all right.
Okay.
But immediately a TikTok was created. Okay, is Josh Peck in iCarly? I am in iCarly season 2. I think it's as close to a reunion as we'll ever get, and I think that's good enough.
Yeah, you're done with this.
No. I'm saying no, a reunion. Like everyone went to Drake and Josh reunion. I'm like, well, I'm on iCarly, and that's pretty close.
Oh, I see. Are you on the new iCarly or the old one? You are.
Yeah. Do you want to hear how many reboots I've done in the last 2 years?
Yeah.
Turner and Hooch, How I Met Your Father, iCarly. I know there's more. I was in a Red Dawn reboot. I know there's more. There's something.
That's crazy.
I think there's one more.
Just old IP.
Yeah.
And that's how they make all the money, isn't it?
King of the reboots over here.
Damn. And it seems like things have really kicked up for you.
Been busy in a good way.
Are you so thrilled to be back acting and like doing your first, like, because when we knew you, things were dry.
It was dry.
A little bit.
Certainly.
And I think that was your age too, because I went through that. Well, when I was friends that were.
Don't compare yourself. I'll feel worse.
Okay,
no,
fair enough. No, you're right.
Okay.
But I think there is a period in like an actor's time where you're not old enough and not young enough.
That might, maybe. Yeah.
I don't know. I had a lot of friends go through that. And then once they got to be in their 30s, it was like, you're like 28. You can't play a high school kid.
That's right.
And you're not old enough to play the dad or whatever. But now things are really popping off.
I feel lucky. And yet I remember when you called me in 2017.
Yes.
And I had been, or in 2016, and I had a great year of working throughout that time. And you were like, I met this kid, David. We're filming a bit at his house, and do you want to come over for an hour? Yeah. And I came over, and it literally was like, it was just sort of like an elevated improv. Like, here was the scenario, and I'm going to do my thing, you do your thing. We'll top each other on jokes. If something's not working, we'll come up with a better joke. Yeah. And we did that for an hour, and I remember when we were done thinking, if they call me again to do that, I'll do it again. Yeah. And I didn't know that we would do it pretty much, every week for the next 2 years. But again, it just felt like so fun. I was like, oh, like I'm just with other like theater nerds creating something. Yeah. And I felt really lucky to be like, to feel creatively sort of driven during that time where you're right. Like I was kind of going through this weird career time. But the one thing, I don't even know if I told you guys throughout, because everyone's so worried about like optics and how's it going to look? Like, you're doing so much social media and you're not in the traditional world. Like, and I was like, but I'm still going to acting class. Like, I'm still working on hopefully that when the right thing comes, I'll be ready. Yeah. And I just had to believe that if I was right for a part, that person who saw me have a great audition wasn't going to go, yeah, but isn't he on YouTube?
Right.
Or isn't he on Vine? They'd be like, who cares?
Yeah.
He's right. He gave a good audition.
You were right. You had the foresight to like get on social media, and now you have like 14 million followers on Instagram. It's unbelievable. It's got to be helpful and not hurtful.
It's totally helpful. But when we started on Vine, there was no case study. There was no The Rock, like on social media at least, or where people really embraced it. You
just said, fuck it. You're just like, I'm just going to do this. I like it. I think it's fun. I don't care if it affects me.
And I talk about this in my book, where I remember when I got my first brand deal it was 2014.
Yep.
With a small dating app called Badoo.
Badoo.
Did you make money from Badoo?
I made $2,500 from Badoo once.
Isn't it the best?
Yeah.
Badoo. Shout out Badoo.
Yeah.
And I just remember that I'd had some success on Vine. It was like a year into it. I could see these other people who were successful, and they were like doing these brand deals, making like real proper money. And I thought, if given the opportunity, I too would like to make some money. And I remember Badoo emails me and they go, we'd like you to do this thing for $5,000 to make a Vine.
Oh, you're making a lot more than me, I see.
A little bit. Yeah. They were like, we've given Jason Nash $2,500.
We don't want to insult you, but all we have is $5. That was a mistake. We overpaid Jason.
No.
But here we are.
I'm not going to let you shit on yourself during this podcast.
Oh, I don't care. I love it.
You are literally one of the funniest, most talented. I'm doing it. I'm going to make you uncomfortable on your own pod.
When you came into the videos, into the vlogs, that was when I was like, oh, damn. I was like, now we got something. Because you are so talented as a comedian. You were fucking bred. You've been doing it since you were 6 years old. It's like, it's literally like when you play basketball with like a somebody that's just been playing forever, or somebody that's played tennis since they were 7. You're just like, you're that far above. And then you came and you slummed it with us, but you made all of us better. You made David better. You made me better. When you would come over, I'd say to David, I was like, okay, we gotta make this good. Like, we gotta make sure this is funny. And David was the same way. He'd be like, yeah, it's gotta be funny. He's like, yeah, don't worry. And so you just elevated all of us. Like, we were so lucky to have you.
Well, I appreciate it. And I remember, I'm going to quote you. There was this bit where I was recording you, and it was the first like 2 or 3 months, because like you guys had established a comedic voice.
Yeah.
And so I had to learn it to like come in, even though it's obviously going to be reminiscent of comedy is comedy inevitably. Yeah. But like you kind of want to be able to speak the language of your fellow performers. And I remember you did this like brilliant turn, and I don't mean to make it like too much inside baseball, but like the nuance of it. I remember I'm filming you and I'm like, how great is your life now? And you're doing your thing and you're like, it's so great. I get to hang out with Todd and Scotty. I get to drink the blood of the youth. It's going to keep me alive forever. I have no real friends. I'm miserable. And I was like, that's just great comedic. Like, it's just the math of comedy.
That's all David.
That was all you.
That was really David. David was the one who, he doesn't understand anything else but big comedy tropes. Jonah's overweight. I'm old. Scott's depressed.
Yeah.
Josh was washed up at the time, whatever. Or Josh was fat when he was little. That's all he understands. And that's why I thought he was so successful, because I would push other ideas and he'd be like, nope, no. No one will get that. That's too hard to get. And so like the kind of comedy that like Brandon and I kind of like.
Yes.
No, not going to fly in David's vlog. Anything too inside anyways, this is getting way too inside. But I will say, you came in and you were so funny. And I was like, wow, this guy is so funny. But when I really knew you were funny, you roasted me in a way once. It took my fucking breath away. I thought about it for days. It was such a good fucking roast. We were like filming or whatever. I was probably making fun of you too, which this is the way, if you start,
sure.
If you start making fun of somebody, then it's like, oh fuck, they have a comeback.
Sure.
And then you said something about my movie FML, and you were like, it was this long thing. I'll try to do it. You were like, you did the movie and you did Jason Nash's. I did 2 movies, guys. I did Jason Nash's Married, which was pretty good. And then I did this movie FML, which was a total bomb. And he was like, yeah, you did this Jason and Nash is married movie, pretty good. And then you got your second movie and you said to yourself, I'm going to take all this goodwill, all this success that I had, and make this second movie with less talented actors and just throw it all away. It was the funniest roast I've ever heard in my life to this day.
I thank you. And I knew that you truly appreciated comedy no matter what. When I literally... And it was just a lovingly good impression of your oldest son, your only son. Wyatt, and you were crying, laughing, and it wasn't like anything. It was just like me doing him, and I was like, the guy can laugh at an impression of his own kid. That's awesome.
Daddy, he's not like that anymore.
Because Wyatt has always been literally the sweetest. You're an awesome dad.
Thanks.
And your kids are beautiful as a product of that. And I remember just once doing this, like, just this impression of what a sweetie pie he is and how careful he would be to never, like, catch you off guard or anyone off guard. Like, he just was always like, how can I make everyone comfortable? At 12. Every kid is selfish at that age except Wyatt. And I'm doing this impression of him, and you're crying, laughing. And I was like...
But that is the best stuff, like the stuff you live with every day, the frustration of, someone who can't put their shoes on. You know what I mean? Like, he's a brilliant kid. He's so smart, but fucking try to get him out the door, and you can't, All right, let's finish this.
Let's do it. What is
3 more questions here for Josh
Peck doing now? I'm on Jason's podcast, and I'm okay about it. Where was Josh Peck born? New York City, And
New York City. Oh, yeah.
The Boogie Down Bronx. Not really. Midtown.
And then you made your way out to L.A. Did you have the show when you got Drake and Josh? Were you living in New York?
I booked a show called The Amanda Show with Amanda Bynes when I was 13. And
oh, that was huge. That was the sketch show that I used to watch.
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember I was 12 years old, and I would audition at Nickelodeon all the time. They were at 1515 Broadway, where they shot TRL.
Yep, I worked there.
You did?
Yeah, I wrote there.
Yeah.
I wrote promo. Go.
And so I'm there, and I would audition like twice a week for a commercial, a promo, a TV show that Nickelodeon was doing. And I was like, I'm chubby, funny, and ambitious. Like, you guys need me. Like, trust me. I make sense here. So I finally booked this
You knew
movie.
that. You were smart enough to know that, hey, they need a fat kid?
I remember, like, at 10, watching these kids going, like, what roster are they on that I'm not? Like, I was like, where are Pete and Pete getting jobs? Like, because, or the kids from All That, or Keenan and Kel, like, because whatever that is, like, there's obviously jobs out there for people like me. Yeah. I just need to get on the list.
Wow.
And so when I'd go into Nickelodeon, I'm like, oh, this is where it happens. So I book this movie called Snow Day, and I go to Canada for 3 months to film it. A month into it, I remember I'm there with my mom, and this guy is like talking to me, and I'm making him laugh. I'm doing bits from my comedy at 12.
Yeah.
Lispy, high voice, drunk on carbs, doing bits.
Yeah.
My mom goes, you know who that is? It's president of Nickelodeon. You should tell him you want to do All That. It's like been my dream to be on this show, All That, like SNL for kids. So I tell him, and 9 months later, we get a call saying, Josh, I want you to know that the movie's a big hit, and I'm moving you and your mom to California to be on the Amanda Show. And changed my life.
Were you guys hurting for money?
We were always in some version of hurting for money because she's a single mom. I'm an only child. I used to say that growing up, I would look at my friends with traditional family systems, and it was kind of like the parents were upper management and the kids were the employees, and it was like this closed corporation. Mm-hmm. My mom and I were more like a startup.
Yeah.
Like scrappy, figuring it out. And so, yeah, we were always in some version of either like middle class or lower middle class or just broke.
You in like a 2-bedroom on the Upper West Side? Is that where you lived?
No, we lived in like a 500 square foot apartment on 10th Avenue in Hell's Kitchen. Yeah.
What street?
44th and 10th.
Oh, yeah, I lived on 46. Mm-hmm. Wow. You lived in a 500 square foot studio?
It was a studio that they had put up a wall so there was a bedroom.
Oh, my God.
And so we would switch between the living room and the bedroom.
That is tough times.
It was great times because we didn't know. I remember distinctly at like 12 years old thinking, oh, this sucks. Mm-hmm. like that the veil of adolescence had fallen. I'd be like, oh, worrying about money sucks.
Yeah.
I remember we would go, and sometimes in the middle of the night, my mom would be like, we got to move. I'd be like, what? Where's the movers?
Yeah.
And it was because like we didn't have money for rent that next month. And she's like, let's just get out. And we would always inevitably, my grandma would send us a couple grand and we'd find some like month-to-month place. But I was like, this really sucks. And I got into performing arts high school, and I'm in 7th grade, and I'm looking around, and suddenly I'm not A, the freak, and B, the voices of my Jewish grandparents and relatives going, this acting thing is nice, but you're going to have to get into law school eventually.
Right.
Take your life seriously.
Yes.
Because I'm in performing arts, and there's Jesse Eisenberg and Claire Danes and Alicia Keys and like all these people. I mean, they're older than I am, but they were in my school, and I'm like, oh, but they're doing the thing that I love, and they're making like grown-up money. Oh, so this is possible.
That's so cool. You went to the same school as them?
Yeah.
That's
48th.
Really cool.
Yeah. They were just they were just in a higher grade.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But all of a sudden I was like, oh, I think I can actually like, it kind of clicked in that I might be able to get us out of this. Uh-huh. Like I might at 12 or 13 make enough money to
that's
actually.
That's a lot on a kid, man.
Oh yeah. Tell me about it.
That is a lot.
Oh yeah.
No wonder you had like a drinking phase, and
oh yeah.
That's a lot to I'll always like, I always try to shield my kids from that. I'm like, we're fucking broke.
Really?
Yeah, but sometimes it comes out. I'll be like, oh my God, what are we gonna do, Wyatt?
Really?
Yeah, and then then he'll come like an hour later and he'll be like, well, I think maybe I could sell these songs. And I'm like, no, that's not what I'm saying.
But you're doing so well. It's all
fine.
Versions of well, right?
Yeah.
But you're doing baseline well.
Everything's so expensive. Got the private school.
You got the kiddos in private school.
Yeah.
It's a tough thing.
Stupid. But it's good. He loves it.
That's $50K a year.
Yeah, I had to get shot up this morning.
Cortisone. At a network.
Yeah.
All the good ones are. Really? I always want to tell the doctor, wait, let me guess. It's incumbent on me to bill my insurance. I love that. They're like, we'll give you a bill and you can submit it on your own. Oh, can I?
Guys, I went hiking this morning and I threw my back out, but Josh was coming at 12. So I went to get a cortisone shot, and I feel great. I'll probably feel, and I was telling Josh that I used your name to get into the doctor. He's like, I can't, I'm busy. And I go, I can't believe I'm going to do this. I'm filming a podcast with Josh Peck today. And he literally goes, really? He goes, Josh Peck? He's like, all right, come in.
That's so, first of all, I think it's funny that you're on a first name basis with your orthopedist, which really shows your age. And I think, and by the way, doctors, they are busy.
Yes.
But when they say, look, it's going to take, if you don't need the pomp and circumstance, the small talk, the check-in.
Yeah.
It's going to take 3 minutes.
Yes, that's what I said. I didn't say anything. He's like, you want to put some heat on it? I said, no, I got to go film with Josh Peck.
And that was it. On it. Like, I could do that at home.
Yeah. All right. Last one. Might as well do it.
What has Josh Peck been in?
Oh, we went over that.
Jason Nash's vlogs. Are you still vlogging, or are you primarily on Patreon?
No, we built a website called Nash Nation, so we do that.
Great. I love it.
Yeah, guys, if you want to see this podcast early. Oh, wait, that doesn't make sense because it's already out. Oh, whatever. Guys, quick reminder that you can get early access to all the podcasts and all my vlogs, exclusive vlogs, on my website, thenashnation.com. Right there, yes, thenashnation.com. Go to the link in the description right now and sign up today, and you will not be disappointed. Okay, back to the video. Okay, so, and then you came out with a book. I ordered it the other day. It didn't come. But
interesting.
I
There's definitely copies available. We didn't sell out.
I know, but going to bookstores, it's so tough.
You couldn't do Amazon?
I did Amazon. It didn't come.
Really?
Happy people are annoying.
Yes.
How hard is it to write a book?
It's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Yeah. Did you have help?
No, I wrote it alone, weirdly.
Damn.
I had a book advisor.
Yes.
But I did it over like a year, and I was doing the show, the Turner and Hooch for Disney Plus, so felt like I had a good amount on my plate, but I just kind of submitted. I feel like now I'm seeing all these like quasi-celebrity memoirs come out, and I'm like, oh, you guys too got a deal at the start of the pandemic.
Yeah.
Because I think everyone was like, what am I going to do?
I can write.
Inside, I like money.
Yeah.
Guess I'll just do this. But I'm proud of it. It's something that I, in a weird way, I was talking to my buddy who's a great hockey player, Sean Avery. Now he's an actor, and he's crushing it as an actor. But it's kind of like the second act for him. Because he was a proper, successful, like New York Ranger, like hockey player. And he's like, when I wrote my book and I put it out, I felt like I let go of that part of my life.
Oh.
And that's kind of how I feel with mine, in a good way.
Yes.
It was like, I gave you my true opinion on it, and if you really care to know what I thought of it all, read it. And like, and obviously I like talking about it with friends and joking, but it almost felt like, cool, now I don't have to maybe talk about it as much. Because people in my position, it's a weird, you're kind of in a weird tightrope scenario, right? Because either you embrace the past too much, and then they're like, God, what? This guy needs to get over it, like move on. Or you completely turn your back on it, and then people go like, oh, but we loved it so much, and he won't even give it to us.
It's too good for it.
Yeah.
It's too good for Drake and Josh. Yeah.
It's weird, right?
It is a tough tightrope. And when I would see you out like that, I'd be like, oh man, that's a lot.
It's interesting.
It's a lot to say hello to everybody that watched Drake and Josh.
I mean, I'm honored. I just want to feel like I want to appreciate it, and I want them to know that I'm so glad it meant so much to them. And I think the only time where I ever maybe will let someone down is when they're like, they want to talk inside baseball about the show or something to that effect. And I can see it in their eyes when they go like, wait, did this not mean as much to you as it does to me?
Yeah.
And I want to say, like, it might not have, but that doesn't take anything away. Like, I'm so honored that it meant something to you.
I'm just picturing you at the mall, like, with somebody for, like, 25 minutes. And like, so I have to go now.
I'm like, I've got my chicken teriyaki's been ready at the food court for 2 hours. I gotta go. The sauce is cold. It's no way to enjoy something.
I always see that too. Whenever I see somebody get mad at a celebrity, I go, don't you understand that everybody wants to talk to Ben Affleck? And I didn't get it for so many years.
Yeah.
But like, I get it now. Like, don't you understand that everybody wants a piece of them? So if they're, a little annoyed.
Right.
Yeah, it's.
How do you navigate? Well, I'm interested in a couple of things. You've never looked better.
Thank you. That's Todd Smith.
But
Training with Todd Smith and Ilya.
I am a firm believer in your outsides reflecting your insides.
Right.
Like, are you happier than ever? Where are we at? Like, getting rid of all the subterfuge, the knee jerk, I'm a wash up, you're the aging dad. Like, what is it? Like, are you happy?
I don't know. I am happy. I'm happy with how I've lost some weight. That makes me happy. But getting this podcast off the ground and like the stress of, because I was with David.
Right.
So all those years. And, there's just this like built-in machine.
Yes.
That's David. And he's fucking brilliant. And I love him. And we have a great rapport. And I know exactly what to do with him. I know exactly what to do. On our podcast, David would fucking run the ship. And I would just throw in what I could. And
yeah, the Ed McMahon.
Yeah, the Ed McMahon.
Yeah.
And it was an easy job. And then when that stopped to start my own thing, it's like you get, you have doubts. You're like, that's why I'm so glad you're here today. Because like the first few people we've interviewed, I don't know them.
Right.
I know Batch, so that was pretty easy. But like going to talk to Dave Portnoy, it's...
How did that come about? I was like, this guy knows Dave Portnoy.
I just DM'd him.
No.
Yep.
And you were like, I'll come to Nantucket?
Montauk.
Montauk. Oh,
I mean, that's like how desperate I was, or still am.
And he just said, great, see you then?
Yeah.
Really? Shout out to
Not only that, but we got there and he was like, we didn't have a place to shoot, so Ferris and Jess and I were going to like Gurney's, which is this really nice hotel. And then he was just like, come shoot at my house. And I was like, no, I don't want to do that. And he kept insisting, and then we shot everything at his house. He's a gorgeous house.
Yeah. He's like, gosh, come shoot my fucking $20 million house.
Yeah.
You could come shoot at my 30-foot deep pool.
Yeah.
I mean, that looked like an Olympic-sized pool.
Yep, it's a gorgeous house. It's
Good for him.
It's the perfect house because it's like it's new, but it's old style, like Cape Cod. So you feel like it's awesome. I mean, you know how it is. You're trying to book people. So yeah, can't say I'm really happy. I mean, who's happy? You know what I mean? I mean, what is?
I guess I would ask.
I think people who do this are not happy.
Well, I wouldn't say sitting here now, knowing you at the height of everything you and David were doing.
Right.
You didn't reek of happiness then.
No.
Your bank account reeked of happiness.
Yep.
But like,
yep.
You certainly didn't seem like, I feel like there was a lot more of this. Like, and feeling for your Nicorette, and just like despondent calls, like where your mind was somewhere else. Hey, I don't know.
Guys, a quick break in the action to let you know that today's podcast is brought to you by Every Plate. Yes, Every Plate. What an amazing meal delivery service Every Plate is. It is number one. And guys, I have been using it for the past few weeks, and I feel better. I look better. I've even lost a little bit of weight, and that has everything to do with Every Plate. And guys, as you know, it is fall, and our busy schedules are kicking in. So even if you're not trying to lose weight, Every Plate is a great idea because it saves time and it also saves money. You know, a lot of people hear meal delivery service and they go, hey, I'm not Kim Kardashian. I can't just have meals delivered to my house. What am I, the Prince of Brunei? Well, that's not the case, guys, because with Every Plate, it's actually 25% cheaper than shopping at the grocery store. So Every Plate's going to save you time, it's going to save you money, and not only that, guys, but the food tastes great. Some of my favorites are the Ponzu Chili Steak Bowl. Guys, you've got to try the Ponzu Chili Steak Bowl. It is fantastic. Also, the Lemon Herb Chicken is wonderful. And right now, guys, if you go to the link in the description or go to the website everyplate.com, my listeners are going to get their first box for just $1.49 per meal. Just $1.49 per meal, guys. That is nothing. That is so cheap. That's going to save you money. It's going to make you look great. And all you have to do is use my code NASH149. That's everyplate.com, EVERYPLATE.com, and code NASH149. There it is on the screen. A special thanks to Every Plate for being one of our first sponsors. And guys, please go return the favor. Go at least check out Every Plate. If you like this podcast and you want to support us and you want to see us keep going in the next few weeks, and I am going to be looking thin. I promise you I'll be looking good, and I'm going to be feeling my best because I'm using Every Plate. Okay, back to the podcast.
Was the first time where you realized, and this isn't like a reflection on any, because like what you and David did was so, special for so long, right? Like created so much content, and yet even the great, our favorite TV shows, right? Like Seinfeld ended, Cheers ended, right? Like unfortunately, anything organic and especially creative, Game of Thrones, right? Like it does happen.
Andrew Tate's gone, right? I mean, he's gone.
The kickboxing guy?
Yeah. They deplatformed him. I was thinking that today. I was like, damn, he had his run and that's it. I mean, I'm just saying.
I know.
Well, like him or hate him.
Alex Jones?
Alex Jones, gone. He had his run. Yeah, but you're right. You're right. And I thought that the whole time through. I'm like, this is going to end. I know it's going to end.
Right. So like, I guess that's, or did you think like, it won't end, it'll just evolve?
No, I knew it would end.
And how? In what way?
I knew it would end in that, he just couldn't make those vlogs forever, and that was the engine. That drove everybody's. That drove my vlog. That drove everybody's brand deals, whatever. And then once that stopped, there was no more like flagship. I mean, it was the equivalent of like being on a show. In terms of like the other things you got to do. You guys want to go to the Super Bowl? Great. We brought these guys, but now it's over.
Well, it was like having the Super Bowl as your lead-in.
Yeah. Right?
So no matter what, you're going to get a bump from, having such a big...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, I said that to, we were on a private jet once, and I said that to the guys. I was just like, I said it to Todd. I was like, it's going to end. enjoy this.
Right.
Because this is probably the last of it. And
Todd starts to eat crunches in the back of the jet. Like, oh shit, really? When do you think? Fuck. Like curling his luggage. Like, oh, I better stay in shape.
It's funny because he is so ripped. That's what would make me laugh about it.
Do you have to accept too, like having the same Jewish genetics that I do, that like people like Todd, like we could work really hard. We'll never be Todd.
No, and we'll never be brave.
No.
We'll never jump into a car on fire and save somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, no. Yeah, that is an interesting thing. There is that difference, and I see it all the time.
Yeah.
And in Jeff too, I used to see that. I'd be like, oh, he's a real man.
Yeah, I mean, it's just there are things that I've had to accept because I will see like model type dudes and I'll watch them eat and I'll be like, not fair. They can even eat whatever they want. Yeah. I remember I would see like Todd and Scott, like they would be ordering like Panera bread, like, and I'd be like, what? And like I'm like, that GMO bread you're eating with like that, that chicken sandwich, and they're like, yeah, and then we just work out hard. I'm like, it's different for you. It's different for them.
I guess it is genetics, huh?
100%.
It is.
Yeah, it's hard work, diet, and genetics.
Yeah, my dad's an athletic specimen.
Really?
But I didn't get it. I got the other side.
The razzle dazzle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He used to beg me to play football, and it was like this long thing, and it really tore us apart. But you don't. Where is your dad?
Dead.
He's dead. Did you know him?
No.
You never knew him.
No.
He never lived. He never came by or anything. Unreal.
Perfect record, they'd say. I mean, you got to say, once the man committed to something, he really saw it all the way through.
he really did it. He really stuck to it.
No, I didn't really think I got that from him.
Yeah, you got to respect that.
Dedication.
Nope, not going over there.
It's like the son of a drug dealer who's good at math, and he wonders why. He's like, I'm really good with numbers.
I mean, that's got to be, I don't want to go too deep, but.
Oh, you can go.
Fucking giant hole. It's got to be.
Yeah.
It's a hole.
I remember, Giannis Pappas?
I do, yeah. We had him on the pod, yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
He's the best.
Yeah, you guys had him on too.
He's the best. And I used to always say, like, I always felt like I walked around life, like, lacking the same sort of manual for living that everyone received at birth.
Yeah.
Like, everyone kind of got this guide on how to navigate the world, and I just didn't get it. And Giannis goes, yeah, like a dad. He's like, usually that's a dad.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, man.
Yeah, he had a good dad.
Yeah.
His dad was around. Yeah.
And
my dad was in and out. In some ways, you might have been better off.
I've heard that. It's interesting because it's all, I forget what the reference was, but it's like whenever I talk to people who don't have a dad, it's like when you have an ice maker in your fridge, right? And someone doesn't have it. And you go, you nuts? Like, where are you going to get ice from? It sucks.
Right.
Life sucks.
Yeah.
And you, with your normal shit fridge, go, never really bothered you.
Yeah.
But you didn't know that it was possible to have ice that easily. And that's all my friends growing up. If they had a great dad, they'd be like, how do you do it? And they'd be like, I just do it.
Yeah.
And then friends without, or some friends would just be like, I wish I didn't know my dad.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I feel bad for kids that don't. I get a lot of messages like that, like, be my dad or whatever. They don't have a dad, shit like that.
Really?
Yeah, and I feel bad for that, but yeah, it's just you gotta come and reckon with it. I know I had like a big reckoning with my dad, or I just said, I called him and I was just like, hey, all the shit you did to me, I forgive you. Like that. And he was like, oh, okay. I was like, you know what? It's who I am. And, I do stand up about it. At the time I was doing stand up. And I said, I'm fine with it, And then he was like, okay, great. And then maybe like a year later, he took me for a walk in, we were on vacation in Cape Cod, and he was like, hey, you wanna go for a walk? And I was like, that's weird. You know, he wouldn't just take me for a walk.
Like, is it cancer? Like, what's he gonna say? You're like,
yes.
yeah.
So we're walking down by the docks, and we're walking down there, and
He pulls out a gun.
yeah, shoots us both. He goes, and everything I say is just not right. You know, I say, oh man, I'd love to get a boat, you know, someday. Or, waste of money, fucking boat. No, you don't want a boat, you know. You want to get something to eat? They have really good tacos. I don't like tacos, you know, like just. My father doesn't like music. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's one of those people.
Yeah, no, I get that. Right.
And then he brought me out to this big opening. We were in Martha's Vineyard, actually. And he just said, he looked me right in the eye, and he was just like, I just want to say, I'm sorry for everything I did. You know, I was awful. Like that. And that was like, wow, that was huge.
Whoa.
Yeah, that was huge. So I really respected him for that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice. You know, not everyone gets the amends that they deserve.
Yeah.
And I find that when people really sort of nosedive their life, it's because they're in this perpetual state of like, but I deserve it. Mm-hmm. I deserve the amends. I deserve the sorry that they're never going to get. And sometimes we give it to ourselves by not perpetuating that bad behavior. Right? You got the amends.
Yeah,
which
yeah,
is
yeah.
awesome.
And I never expected to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have been fine with it.
But you also, like, eventually, and I always talk about it, it's like you cross this invisible loser line, and you'll never know whether it's when you're 27 or 34. It's different for everyone, where people stop feeling bad for you no matter how fucked up your past was.
Yes.
They don't care.
Yeah, yeah.
They're like, yeah, join the club.
Yep.
Get some therapy and grow up.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it's fair, and I'm not discrediting people's trauma or what they've been through, but for the world to work under the societal contract that we're all abiding by, eventually it's incumbent on all of us to do that bit of self-parenting.
Yeah.
And figure it out. And I saw it in my kid where it's like my mom, and I mean, I saw it from my mom's side, right? Like my mom's, youth was a bit of a Greek tragedy. Like her dad was not great, died. She had a brother who died. She had to like navigate life completely on her own.
Jeez.
Had me. I had a really great parent, but like, my own challenge, didn't know my pops, weight, drugs, alcohol eventually. And now I have Max, my son. And I look at him and I go, it took 4 generations for you to only be a healthy amount of messed up. 4 generations of correction.
Yes.
Which is huge. By everyone being like, and it started with my mom being like, I'm going to try to do a little better than they did. Mm-hmm. And she certainly did. And me too, because I had all of that love. Remember when I got sober that we had this old guy, he was like a World War II vet and sober like 60 years. And he would kind of yell at the new guys. And he'd be like, you're here because of your mother's prayers. He'd be like, I used to drink with both hands. He'd say, I spilled more than you drank.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, well, you're a pretty bad drunk. And he wasted a lot.
Right.
But sometimes you'd pick him up and
Who is this that you pick up?
This was a sober guy in recovery in the meetings early on. And he was just he was in a nursing home.
Got it.
And so initially when the particular, I'm trying to be careful with like the anonymity portion, but like basically in these meetings, when you started going after a while, they'd be like, oh, so-and-so needs a ride from his nursing home. Do any of the younger guys who have a car and not much going on, let's be honest, want to give him a ride? Mm-hmm. So you'd go and pick him up and he'd say things like, he'd get in your car and go, turn off the radio and listen to God. Like he was the man. But I'll never forget this. He'd be like, you have nothing to do with this. You got sober and you didn't completely ruin your life because of your mother's prayers.
Uh-huh.
And yeah.
Wow.
And I think I was able to like have a shot because my mom was like, you're gonna figure it out. Like I'm gonna give you the tools.
She believed in you, yeah.
Yeah, and now like I look at my kiddo and I'm like, wow, like when people always ask me, like they love to say, would you want Max to get into the business?
Yeah.
Would you support him to be a kid actor?
Why do they say that to you?
They love it. I'm like, if I was a cab driver, would you ask me that?
Yeah.
Like, would he follow in the family business? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he likes driving.
Yeah.
Like,
If he's talented, we'll see.
Cute enough.
If he has an incessant need to be liked, he'll make it. That's what happened with Charlie, my daughter.
Yeah.
She was fucking on fire when she was like 7, 8 years old. She's killing it.
Yeah.
And she was in the videos and stuff. And then she got to be older and
She's healthy.
yeah, it's not who she is anymore. She's like, I don't want to be on camera. I'm like, okay, yeah, don't do
She's
it.
two great parents.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, I think
You got to
like,
be a little fucked up to do this.
I don't think my son's going to have the need. And for me, there was no other option. This was always going to be it for me.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have to. He can like enjoy being a kid.
How much money would you make on a season in Drake and Josh back then?
Oh, I talked about it in the book. So I would say we made 60 episodes, and the median sort of price over the 4 seasons was $15,000 an episode.
Oh, pretty good back then.
It was it was incredible.
And residuals.
No residuals on kids TV.
I get residuals from Drake and Josh.
I don't.
What?
Oh yeah, you get residuals?
Yo, I get checks all the time for my 3 words that I said.
Stop it.
Are you okay?
How much?
Roll the clip.
Ready?
Are you all right?
What's happening?
I don't know.
I get, I'll tell you something.
Yeah.
When you came into the vlogs, it went up,
Interesting.
which was weird. So I used to get checks for like $7, $22, $5. And then when you came into the vlogs and like maybe it was surging, like when your popularity like started to, you had like a run there maybe in like 2017, 2018 where it was
Yeah.
like Drake and Josh.
Yeah.
And I think because you had such a big following and maybe because of David, then the checks would go up to like, $100.
Wow.
Yeah, that's insane. I can't believe you don't get residuals.
No, zero.
I can see like in your soul
Still.
that it hurts you.
No,
Because you carried the goddamn show.
Oh, I mean,
You carried the load. You fucking ate as much as you wanted, and you fucking killed it out there.
I remember my buddy. Shout out my buddy Anthony.
By the way, I was fat too as a kid, so I relate to this. I want to say this. Go.
People do that with me too, and they go, "Oh, you were cute." I was fat too. I'm like, "Were you? You weren't bad knees fat. I was bad knees fat.
You had bad knees at 14.
I was properly fat. I was like on cholesterol meds fat. I was red zone. I was like." How sturdy do we?
you're on cholesterol medication.
Yeah, dude, Crestor.
No, you weren't.
Yeah, dude.
No, you weren't.
Bro, I was like, I would quickly do like a quick algebra equation when I'd look at a chair and be like, is that sturdy? I was in constant terror of breaking a chair. Oh, dude, so hectic.
It's gotta be the worst if you're overweight.
Oh
and
my
you sit
God.
down and the chair breaks.
I told my mom.
I've definitely done that. Have
I
you ever?
didn't love wearing Fat Farm and, FUBU and Rockaware, but it was the only thing that looked decent on me.
You were stylish at least.
I did look
At that
great.
time.
I actually did love those clothes.
Yeah,
But
they're stylish.
But like that was my wardrobe because God bless Damon John and like and Russell Simmons at that time who made really cool clothes for a man of my figure because it wasn't going to be Calvin Klein.
Yeah. How did you lose the weight?
It's boring. I just ate better and I worked out. Like people always want to know the secret, and that was really it. I remember I was 17 years old and I was like, enough already. And I would go to New York over the summers for like 6 weeks and we'd just like see family and hang out. I'd see all my high school buddies. And I remember I just said, I'm just going to, because everything hurt. And I would like try to work out and it was just like embarrassing. I was like, I'm just going to walk this city because I know I can do that. I've always walked in the city. Mm-hmm. And I would put in my headphones and I would like dream of what my life could be. If I was like, just because like, again, I feel bad because like, especially in the era of body positivity, which let's be honest, was not a thing when we were growing up.
No.
There was no body positivity. It was like people who literally would shame you because they were like, does he not know he's this fat? I would go to
My father used to say that to me.
Yeah.
Oh my God, go.
No, you'd see a trigger in their eye. I'd be like, Rick's going to say something. And he'd be like, big.
You could call it. You could see it coming.
Oh man, like when you'd go over to like get like your portion of the mashed potatoes, and they'd be like, "Look out!"
Yeah.
Get a shovel, and you'd be
yeah.
like, "That's not kind."
Yeah. One time, my father made me lunch, and I ate lunch on a Saturday, and then maybe like 20 minutes later, I went in and I chopped up.
I love this story.
I chopped up celery and peanut butter, and I made like celery and peanut butter. I made like 6 beautiful celery chop and peanut butter. And my father came back in the kitchen and he's like, "What are you doing?" And I was like,
"You're like, hey Dad, ants on a log." Little raisins.
And I lied and I said, he goes, "You just had lunch. Why are you making celery and peanut butter?" Like that. And I said, I'm making it for later. Like that. And he knew I wasn't. No 10-year-old. No fat 10-year-old makes it for later.
He's meal prepping.
Yeah.
I'm meal prepping, Pop.
Yeah. Man, that's rough.
Yeah, it was.
But it's made you like, you have it's why you're so funny too, though. You have so much to draw on.
Yeah.
Like you have all that. It ingratiates you to people. People can relate to you. People see you that you lost the weight and they go, "Oh, I could lose the weight." Here's somebody that.
Totally.
Yeah, and it's really nice.
It means a lot to me, much more so now at 35, where like for a long time I wanted to kind of erase my origin story. The way most people when they leave high school are like, just burn the yearbooks and let's never talk about that time, right?
Yeah.
Most people want to do that, but my yearbooks are in reruns.
Yeah, you can't.
And it was only through like really facing that head on and realizing that like some people really were able to get a little bit of like a reprieve from watching me and seeing someone that looked like them on TV.
Yeah.
Like, getting to do this cool thing that's like, oh, this is important. This is special.
Yeah.
And I feel honored. Like the times where I'll well up with someone who comes up to me who's a fan or whatever is when they'll be like, "You inspired me to lose weight." And I'll be like, "Let's chat." Because it just means so much because I know what it feels like.
It's so hard.
It's so nice.
Really nice.
I mean, those times are really nice. But yeah, it's like Todd's a bad example because I don't think he's ever like, he's very secure in who he is. But like someone like Todd, I always want to be like, it's okay that Jason and I might be funnier than you because we would trade it in a second to look like that. It's impossible. Comedy's born out of necessity.
Yes.
And like, it's very hard to be that gorgeous.
Yeah.
And to be like John Mulaney.
Yeah.
You can't have both.
You have any good, I love comedy, you know that, but do you have any good people that you've met doing comedy that you like learn something from, or like a cool story from, like any Chevy Chase stories, or is there any actors that like you were on set with that you pick something up?
That's a good question. I mean,
it doesn't have to be like even a life lesson too.
I talk about it in my book. I made that movie, The Whackness, with Sir Ben Kingsley.
Yes.
And he's like my favorite actor. And for anyone who doesn't know, he like played Gandhi. He's in Sexy Beast. He's in Iron Man.
He's also really funny too. I've seen him in comedies too.
He's in The Dictator with Sacha Baron Cohen.
Yes.
He's like a genius, like actors at like an Anthony Hopkins, like a true actor's actor.
Right.
And I remember getting this movie, and on the last day we're filming, and we're in every scene together almost throughout this movie. And being 21 and probably needing a father figure, I said, Ben, do you have any advice? And I truly was wanting him to give me the secrets of show business.
Yeah.
Like, well, mate, this is how you become a superstar. Because I was like, that'll fix me.
Yeah.
And he looked at me and he's like, find your apostles. And I was like, I'm a Jew. I don't know. It's more of a New Testament deep track.
Yeah.
And he was like, and he basically was just like, find the people that make you better, that like make you want to do what you're doing and support you. And if you find yourself in a position where you're not with those people, like leave immediately.
But that's so hard when you're an actor.
It's really hard.
Because you have a job, it's great, and then it's over.
Yeah.
Right?
But I always find too, when you see an actor who has a moment, right, where they like pop.
Yep.
Great performance, and you're like, wow, that person's really going to do some cool stuff over the next 3 years. Like they've got like the golden ticket. And then they kind of don't, or they recede to like more of a sort of a peripheral character. And a couple years later, you go like, what happened to him? He was great, right? And then you look and you find that they've been going to a lot of parties, a lot of Hollywood parties, and living a very Hollywood life. And I always want to say, like, that's the worst thing to draw from, because our only job as an actor is to, like, pull from real life. Mm-hmm. And if you're at the Chateau Marmont or on a private jet, mm-hmm. or like doing things that only truly the 1%ers are doing, like it augments your reality.
Yeah.
And you start, like, your instincts start faulting, because you become the pretty girl at the party where everyone's trying to kind of angle to do whatever you want them to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love those actors that are just like super low key and like you don't hear about, like you never hear anything about Tom Hardy.
No, except
like,
that he's great.
Like I saw him doing jujitsu the other day. That was like about it.
I saw that too.
That's the only thing I've seen about Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
Like, where is he?
He vapes.
He vapes.
Did you ever see that? And he has a very, like, obnoxious vape.
He vapes?
Yeah, like, and it's not just like
a big charger?
The Juul.
Yeah.
He's got the proper with the mouth, and I was like, that's fucking sick, Tom Hardy, and we'd be good friends.
Yeah.
When I saw that he committed to the vape and had like a mod kit.
Let's be clear. It's only cool for Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
No one else.
Like he's probably off to the side, like in between scenes of The Revenant, going like, oi, 1 second, mate. Get me unicorn blood.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, you're blowing clouds, Tom Hardy? I was like, that's awesome.
Did you see Shia LaBeouf? He was asked about Tom Hardy, and he was just like, he's a great actor. He's like, but it's his set. And they were like, what do you mean? He's like, no, it's his set. Like,
he's
when I come in, and I was like, well, that's crazy. Shia LaBeouf's a pretty big deal.
God, they're both good.
They're both great.
They're like two of the greats of our generation as acting goes.
I love that. I love those Hollywood roundtables. You ever watch those? And they get like Sandler and De Niro together.
Can you imagine if we did one? How great would that be?
We have much to talk about.
It'd be awesome.
When you were taped to the wall in vlog 294, Jason, how did it feel? Okay, Josh, here we go. It's a quick segment with Josh Peck. Here we go. Josh, kiss, marry, kill. Joe Volpis, Ilya Fedorovich, David Dobrik.
Okay, I would kiss Ilya because I'm the most physically attracted to him.
Okay, yes.
I would marry Joe, and it's nothing against David.
Yes.
But if I marry David, I'm gonna be the one. I'm cooking dinner. I'm gonna be doing the dishes. I'm gonna be doing all the stuff. Joe would understand the power dynamic.
Yes.
And know that he was the great man behind the man.
Yes.
And that he needs to support me, fill the belly, so I can go out and win for us.
Well said.
Thank you.
Okay. Here we go. From Max Keebler's Big Move. Kiss, marry, kill. Noel Fisher. I don't know who these people are.
Oh my God.
Jess,
I love it. No, this is great.
Kiss, marry, kill. Noel Fisher, Alex D. Linz, and Zena Grey.
Zena Grey. I'd probably kiss Zena Grey because I mostly tend to just kiss women. So,
good choice.
I'd marry Noel just because I feel like Noel, just as an actor, he's done a lot of stuff recently, and I think that he could hopefully get me into the door in some places. And Alex is a great guy too, but we haven't talked in 30 years.
How I Met Your Father, Leighton Meester, Hilary Duff, and Francia Reyes. Am I saying that right? Francia Reyes?
Francia Reza.
Let me do it again. Okay, from How I Met Your Father, Leighton Meester, Hilary... What? I say Leighton. Okay, guys, this is... all right, so Kiss, Marry, Kill from How I Met Your Father. Leighton Meester, Hilary Duff. It's Leighton? Keep this in. Hi, Leighton Meester. Do you want to come on the podcast? I think you're awesome.
I'm sure
She's
she
beautiful.
does now.
Beautiful, yeah. She's from Gossip Girl. She knows me now. Leighton Meester, Hilary Duff, or Francia Reyes. Did I get that one wrong
Not
too?
it either.
Francia?
Francia. We'll just call
her Francia.
Just go by Francia. I would kiss Francia.
Yep.
I would marry Hillary, and I'm sorry.
No!
Only because we have less scenes together, so we haven't had enough. I love them all. Is that fair?
Yo,
you made me pick.
This Leighton Meester's a looker, though.
Leighton's stunning, and she's a mom. She's like cool. She gets it.
She married?
Probably.
She got a baby daddy, or she married?
Who do we think would be most gettable for you? And don't give me a friggin' joke answer.
Susie Antonian?
No, I want a real. What quasi celebrity could we match you up with?
There was a celebrity.
Kathy Griffin. Go. No.
You know what? I've met her. She's sweet.
She's awesome.
And she's really funny. And she's cute. I could see myself with Kathy Griffin. Who could I see myself
Jennifer
with?
Love Hewitt. I could see that.
Oh my God. Are you kidding?
Totally.
She's married. I wouldn't be able to date an actress.
Neve Campbell.
Oh my God.
Did you see the newest Scream?
Yeah,
she
I saw her.
She looks incredible.
She looks amazing.
She's a good actor.
Good upkeep.
Courtney Cox. She's married too, but
Yeah, she's married. I've met her. I've been to her house.
I was there with
Oh
you.
yeah, you were there. Hey,
quickly
can
we
you set me
forget.
up with an actress?
I'm trying to think who's in my wheelhouse. Who can we make?
Who's desperate? Oh, you know who I could see myself with? Roseanne.
Bar?
But I don't know if I could.
You like Hawaii?
Do I like
Macadamia-
Hawaii?
Yeah, she lives in Hawaii.
Oh, she lives in Hawaii?
She's a macadamia nut farm.
That sounds great.
Does.
We're
But
having Julie Bowen on the podcast.
really, I could see that.
I know her. She goes to my kid's school.
And what else?
She's in
Is she
11th
married?
grade. She had to go back. What? No. I don't know. I think she's divorced.
Modern Family, right?
Yeah. Yeah, she's gorgeous.
That be.
She rides the bike next
How
to me.
quickly do you quit all this? You married her, getting residuals
No, I had that,
from
Josh.
Modern Family.
I was underneath a woman's thumb, and I hated myself.
Yeah, different thumb. Let's be honest, right?
No.
That was not.
They're all the
syndication
same, Josh.
thumb.
No.
That was not syndication. Thumb.
No, that's true.
I mean, you water the grass,
No. I
call
can't.
out for dinner.
No, because I hated myself when I did that.
Right.
Like you've never done that. You've always made your own bread since you were 11.
Yeah.
You were the breadwinner. Mm-hmm. So that you don't know what that's like. Because when you're underneath someone's thumb, it's like I'm using the wrong word, underneath someone's thumb. But when like a woman is paying for you.
Yes. But you also don't have to gender it because I think there are some people like my wife, for instance, right?
Yeah.
She's right now, we're about to have another kiddo in October. We have a 3.5-year-old son. And so she's like spending time because the kids need so much attention, but she's so talented. And so I know whether it's next year or maybe in 2 years from now, she's going to go back to work in some capacity because
Yes.
it would be a shame for her to waste it. There are other people in her position who are like, the family system is my job.
Yes.
And I get so much out of that. And I don't feel that I'm missing out not having some other thing I do in addition to the family stuff.
2 stories.
Tell me.
I matched with somebody on a dating app, a world-class pop singer.
Shakira?
Incredible.
Maybe
Somebody
more?
that I think of in the highest regard.
Madonna.
No. Matched with her.
On Raya.
Yeah.
Wow, this Raya.
I am fucking incensed. This person is so incredible to me. A singer, just and beautiful. I write her, hi, She's like, hey, what's up? She's like, I want to meet up. Get a COVID test, and come over to my house. It was during COVID. Okay, I fucking go out. I get a COVID test.
You say, you lost me a COVID test.
It's not real.
You're like, I won't be giving this CDC my genetic code. Thank you.
I don't care how many number ones you have.
Yeah, right.
I go $150 for the fucking PCR test.
Wow, rapid. That's, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like,
It's quick.
shower.
2-hour turnaround.
She calls me. I'm headed to rehab.
Fuck.
In that time, I don't hear from her. Blah, blah, blah. She meets somebody. It's over. Wait, why did I tell that story? I can't remember. I think I just wanted to brag. But the point is, this is the point. The point is, if it had worked with her, I know my life would have been like, we're going to, yeah, we're going to this place. We're going on this boat. We're going on a yacht. And it's like, I don't think I would like that. Do you know what I mean? I don't think I would want, it's kind of like the thing that you said with you and Joe. And it's why you picked to marry Joe over David. I don't want to be I want to make my own decisions.
Did you write her back, joke's on you, I have COVID, I can't come anyway? tests are in and I'm positive. Yeah. So.
Yeah, it did.
I just can't believe I'm wearing more of a dad shoe than you are right now.
Oh.
You're wearing very fashion-forward shoes.
You
I'm wearing a Hoka.
motherfucker. You motherfucker. You
What?
are not wearing Hokas.
They're the best.
You made fun of me.
I didn't.
5 years ago.
I did.
I had them.
I might have.
Oh my God. Because I'll tell you something. Because I know you did. Because I just did this bit with Ilya and David. They all have Hokas now. Get a shot of Josh's. These are the best running
They're the
shoes.
best.
They're called Hokas. I had them 5 years ago, and granted, mine were like really chunky. They had
And they were hot orange.
and they were hot orange. And they used to make fun of me so much for having Hokas, and now that's all they wear.
I'll tell you what, I've been in Hoka's DMs for months. Nothing. I'm getting nothing. Nothing. What's going on here?
I got mine for free 6 years ago when they weren't that lit.
Yeah.
When they weren't a hot company.
They're feeling themselves.
Yeah.
What, I don't got enough followers for you? I got enough followers for Brooklinen.
Yeah.
You know, I got enough followers for Bowling Branch.
You got some free sheets?
I got enough followers for Athletic Greens. But I don't got enough followers for you guys.
Hoka, send Josh some shoes.
Yeah, please.
Hoka running. All right, come on, let's do this. Here we go. We got to finish this. Turner and Hooch.
Yes.
By the way, the dog, is the dog like just on it?
No.
Oh, the dog's not on it.
There's 5. They're not trained. The show's canceled, so I think I'm going to say it here now. The cutest, sweetest dogs ever. Not the most trained. Not a trainable breed. You think they would have known that. The French Mastiff has not.
That's what I would think.
They have not evolved to
I would
want to
think
do what you want them to do.
Yeah. I would think the French Mastiff would be so hard to control and contain.
The Dog du Bordeaux?
What?
Dog du Bordeaux?
What's that mean?
They're French.
Oh, they're French. So yeah, so it is tough.
You ever met an amenable French person?
No.
No, they all got a little bit of spice. You know?
I can't believe I'm acting here today with the guy from Drake and Josh. This is, how embarrassing for me.
I love the French.
Sure. I was in France once, and I saw why they hate us.
Yes.
I was with my ex-wife. We walked into a store. Her French is okay. I don't speak French. And we were like very polite. We were like, hi, would we be able to look at this? I said, we don't speak French. And she said, oh, it's okay. I speak English. Bop, 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 bop. She helped us. She was like really nice. 2 seconds later, a woman from Texas comes in. Ugh. Hey, y'all. Y'all got any of this? And y'all got any of that? I'm looking for a candelabra. And the woman's face was like so fucking upset.
I don't blame her.
So I get it.
When I'm in another country, I do my best to say hello and one other thing to just show that I'm trying.
Yes, that's all you have to do.
So I'll just say, bonjour, ça va, what's up? And then sometimes I can even fake it enough to where they'll go like, ça va très bien, et tout? Ça va très bien, et tout?
Sounds good.
And then I go, I got nothing.
Yeah.
And I immediately drop it. I go, nah.
Right.
Stupid American. I love the French. God, do I love it.
I like the culture.
I like French cinema. I like French food. I like French people. I like it all.
Just the way they smoke, and you feel like you're not going to get cancer.
I want to smoke and eat bread.
Yeah.
Which means France is for me.
I love France.
Yeah.
Did they have to get drool shots for the show? Because that's a big comedy staple in Turner and Hooch is the drool shot, right?
We had 5 dogs, and they were the sweetest. They were just the best, and we were all so much on let's just make it comfortable for the dogs.
Sure.
Because they're just sweet and cute.
They don't know they're the only ones that don't know they're acting.
Right. And I do remember once, on a 15-hour day, it's late, and the director's like, we just need the dog to sit, to the trainers, and they're like, no problem, And the dog doesn't sit. And the director looks at me and goes, my dog at home can sit.
Yes.
And I was like,
right.
I get it. But you know what? You just do whatever they want to do.
Do you stay in touch with the dogs?
I do.
Okay.
We're on the WhatsApp.
You're in a group chat?
Yeah, but they prefer the encryption of WhatsApp.
Okay.
Yeah. They don't want to. They don't want anyone spying.
Okay. Got it. They're a little conspiracy junkies or something like that.
They're a little, yeah.
They're worried about the Matrix.
They're kind of, they're more Snowden people.
Okay. All right. Turner and Hooch, John Stamos, Ravi Patel, or Paget Brewster. I know Paget Brewster.
None of them were on Turner and Hooch. That's grandfathered.
Jess. Guys, go comment how much you hate Jess. No, just, I wish we had a camera on her. It's so funny. She's dying laughing. Okay, sorry. Let's do it again.
We're doing this with Jason.
I knew fucking Stamos wasn't in Turner and Hooch.
We're doing it with Jason. We're like, okay, Kiss, Marry, Kill, SNL. Nick Antonian, Brandon Calvillo, Ilya Fedorovich.
Ilya on SNL. So funny. So what do I do? Just like read the cards or?
Oh man, so good.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
You don't want to be a made man.
Yeah.
Dick Wolf goes, we need to do a Law and Order Studio City. And we want you to be
Studio City.
the Chris Maloney, the Ice-T.
Yeah.
You're the Ice-T, right?
Yeah.
So you're not like the number one lead, but you're in every ep, and you're like the guy who comes in and goes like, she seems to have suffered.
Yeah.
Do you do it?
Yeah, you have to.
22 eps,
Yeah, you have
10
to.
and a half months a year, 100K an ep,
No, I wouldn't get that.
50K an ep.
I have no credits. 10.
You're already being, no, you'd get, no.
I have no credits.
Yes, you do have credits.
Not TV credits.
But you have social media fandom, and they would like.
Oh,
there would be a
maybe
whole
they
meeting
work.
about
Maybe they could work
leveraging
you up, guys.
You
This
get
is Josh knows where people get paid, so this is really interesting.
40K. Let's say you get 40K because it's an hour long. Remember, 40K an ep. You're gonna do 22 eps, so you're gonna make one. Like, you're gonna make $1 million a year.
Yeah. No, I got to do it.
You'll do it.
Yeah, and get into acting class right away. Okay, last game. This is Never Have I Ever with Josh. Josh has a pickleball paddle there that Jess has fashioned. Josh, show us the paddle. I have never, and I have. Okay, here we go. Never have I ever been fired from a job. I saw you go. Oh, wait a minute. There was that one pilot.
I got fired off Conan doing a sketch on Conan when I was 11, 10.
For what?
It just wasn't funny.
No, they didn't fire you. You came in for the day and they cut the sketch.
They cut the sketch.
You weren't fired.
Okay.
Let's not drag Conan down. He's a good guy.
No, he's the best, but you know, you got to do
His
what you got
podcast is
to do.
amazing.
Yeah, you think he's happy though?
I think he just signed like $500 million.
Oh, so he's ecstatic.
You know, Conan's not happy. I mean, I don't know him, but
You
I can
ever
tell.
think Spotify comes to you and goes, 100 milli, you win. We want to buy the pod. What's the first thing? Do you go pick up the kids and go, we're going away for the week? What do you do?
I go buy 100 mil,
100 mil.
buy Dave a Ferrari,
David.
pay him back. So he doesn't, I don't have to fucking hear him tell me that he wants a Ferrari.
That's it? Doesn't he have one?
No. Pay him back for everything he did for me. Go to Hawaii with the kids.
Nice.
Yeah. I think so. What would you do?
Bitcoin. No. Crypto.
Please don't. We lost so much.
Were you in crypto?
All of us. We all lost.
No.
Me, Todd, Scott.
How much? So you didn't put
Combined?
much in. Yeah.
We all lost $500,000 combined.
Stop it.
Yeah.
How many of you were in there? You didn't lose because you didn't have to sell yet.
Yeah, but it's not coming back. I mean, this is like a shit coin.
Oh, you bought a shit coin.
Yeah. And the other stuff too, plus the Ethereum that we bought and the Bitcoin.
Ooh, Jason.
Yeah, terrible. But maybe it'll come back. No. Okay, never have I ever cheated on someone.
Oh. Yeah.
Right
When
on.
before I met my wife, yeah.
Yeah, got it. We don't need to go into that.
I'm not proud of it. I was 23 years old. I was just recovering from being 300 pounds. I couldn't believe anyone liked
I think
me.
we're done. Guys, that's enough. Sorry, guys. Sorry to end the show like this.
That
but
was serial philanderer Josh Beck.
never have I ever farted and blamed someone else.
Oh. And it's great now because I have a son, so like I'll let him fly, and he'll be like, "Dad, you too did." And I'll be like, "I know, how great?" No, and I'll be like, "Yeah, it was great."
Yeah.
He appreciates
He
it.
likes it?
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing about Max?
Oh man, he has so many wonderful qualities. I'm like, I was trying to think of a joke answer, but I just can't because he makes me so happy.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
It really is the best. I was trying to explain that to Portnoy. I was like, you got to have kids, you know? And
Will he?
he didn't sound like he was ready for that, but
It's like,
I felt stupid saying it because he was there with his beautiful girlfriend, his
Yeah.
mansion, his fucking huge on social media, and massively famous,
Crushing
massively
it.
successful. And then I'm like, you should have kids. And then I looked around and I was like, oh no, I guess he's good. You know what I mean?
And he'd enter kids into that.
Yeah. Never have I ever peed in a pool.
Every time.
No way.
Almost every time.
No way.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't feel bad about it. Although with age, I find that the compression of the water makes it hard to get out. Yeah, like where I'll be like, I have to pee, but it's like,
oh, you don't want to like the effort to get out of the pool.
No, like to get it out of my.
Oh, to get it out of
body.
your pee-pee.
Yeah, I think it's a prostate issue.
Oh,
Probably.
okay.
You heard it here first.
You know, you got to be careful. Someone will, if you go in the wrong pool.
That's a myth.
Yeah,
that
no,
it'll turn green.
They do it at my club.
Stop it.
Yeah, it embarrasses the kids.
No, I'm having a hard time believing you are a member of a club.
They don't do it at my club, but I have heard they do that.
You're not a member of a club.
No.
Costco.
Never have I ever dined and dashed. Now, let me say no. You've never done that.
I've never done
you
that.
would
And
never.
if you do that, you're a scumbag.
Yeah.
And I don't care if you're like 15 and sowing your wild oats.
Yeah.
Get it together.
But it's okay to
Also,
pee in a pool.
tip better.
Yeah. But it's okay to pee in a pool, though, right?
Yeah, that's fine, right? Is that really bad form? Am I misjudging it?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think it's fine. You know, urine is sterile.
No, I know that. And then the chlorine or it's
Yeah.
and
I think it's fine.
No,
We're going to get a lot of comments about it. I'm gonna support you on this because this is the best podcast we've done, and you've been an incredible guest.
But am I gonna get torn apart?
You'll be canceled on Monday.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Never have I ever used a dating app.
I've never.
No?
I met my wife on Halloween of 2011. We've been together almost 11 years. Wow. So it was before all that. And I'm Josh Peck. What am I going to go on Tinder?
No.
Can you imagine how catfished I would get?
Oh, yeah. You'd probably get kicked right off because they wouldn't think it was you.
I tried to go get a cake pop with some girl at a Starbucks, and I you know.
Did you ever double date with John Stamos and his wife? Mm-hmm. Oh, man, that'd be fun.
Yeah, we did a lot of stuff together. We had our honeymoon with them.
Oh, you took them on your honeymoon?
They took us. They were like, hey.
That's really cool.
We were recently married. We're going to Cabo. Want to come?
And Paige was
And
okay
that'll
with
be
that.
our present. Yeah, otherwise no honeymoon.
You are frugal.
No, I'm not.
No, you are. You're sensible.
I'm sensible.
Like when we were making money on YouTube and everybody was buying stuff, Josh would come in and he'd be like, you don't need that.
You and I were in the same boat.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah, the idiots were buying stuff who have no one to worry about ever.
Right.
The Peter Pan and his friends, yeah. The Lost Boys, yeah.
Yeah.
They were leasing cars left and right, and we were like, but what about our family?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
You have kids. I have a mom and a wife, and now 2 kids.
Yep.
It's hectic.
Never have I ever stolen anything.
I have. When I was 5, I stole a pack of trading cards from Publix Supermarket in Boca Raton, Florida, and I still feel bad about it. I have to make an amends.
Did they call your mom?
No, I was with my mom. No, I didn't get caught. I was a good thief.
Oh.
Yeah.
I got caught stealing cigarettes once.
Cigarettes. How do you steal cigarettes? They're behind the cash register.
I'm that old. That
They
used
weren't
to.
always?
They used to. Yeah, at a grocery store, they were just sitting out.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Never have I ever walked in on someone having sex.
I would say I've never.
I saw my parents have sex once. Yeah.
And
Terrible.
did they try to say it wasn't what it was?
No. I mean, it was just like they
Did
knew.
they stop?
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
My dad was horny though. What are you gonna do?
Your dad was like, go make yourself some celery, kid. I'm in the middle of something.
You fat fuck.
Go have your third lunch.
I wish it wasn't that close to true. Here we go. Last one. Never have I ever pretended to be on the phone.
Oh, I certainly
Yeah. That one's good.
wants that life.
Okay, rapid fire questions. Here we go. We'll try this. It's a little similar, but here we go. These are a bunch of questions in 1 minute. See how many you can get through. Just answer them fast. Top of the head. Don't even think. Cake or pie?
Cake.
Books or movies?
Movies.
Doing a mukbang with Joe or work at Jonas Kebab?
Ooh, work at Jonas Kebab. You know what Jonas said the other day when we were hanging out at Jonas Kebab, and I was like, this is so great. He's like, you know, we're cosplaying, I forget, damn it. It was such a good joke.
Jonah said it?
Yeah, it was just kind of like, he's like, we're just like cosplaying normal people, right? Hanging out here all day. I was like, yeah, kind of.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
He is funny.
He is funny. He's good.
So funny.
Jonah's good.
He's got to like get onto earth.
Jonah vacillates between literally thinking he's Dwayne The Rock Johnson and also the worst person to ever exist and it's all going to end. He literally called me the other day and he's like, bro, this year, dude, I just got weaseled out of $500K. And I'm like, bro, if I got weaseled out of $50K, you'd have to peel me off the floor. Yeah. The next day he's like, I'm going to the racetrack.
Yeah.
My friend's got a scooter with a jet engine on it. Want to try it out. Yeah. I'm like, oh, we're over the $500K?
Yeah.
He's like, it probably wasn't that bad.
Yeah, he probably was never going to get $500K. Or he'll just call you and be like, I'm going to have a Lambo by December.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a Lambo. I'm like, okay.
He told me, without any level of like irony, he's working on a movie. I think he's going to get it made.
Sure.
It's awesome.
Sure.
Happy for him. Been working really hard on it.
Yeah.
He goes, I just think it's going to win an Oscar. And there was no irony.
No.
He's like,
Yep.
I'm going to be an Academy Award winner.
Yeah. And when he says that to me, I think, oh my God, if it happens. I don't know.
I want it to happen.
I mean, but it's so insane to say.
It won't, probably.
Right.
Because it probably won't happen for any of us.
Right.
But the fact that he's like, nah, my first one is the one.
Right.
Not like, maybe my first one will lead to and by the 10th one, I'll get a nomination.
Yeah.
It's like, no.
It's like Kanye, how he believed in himself without the talent.
He's like Matt Damon and Ben Affleck in one
Yeah.
slightly overweight Armenian boy. And he's like, it's going to be my Good Will Hunting, and I'm going to win for best writing.
He is a good actor. Okay, come on, here we go.
Okay.
How many times a week do you have sex? You'd say pass.
I'm married.
Come on. Oh, she's also pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough.
But it proves that we have at least twice.
Yeah. Good job.
Yeah.
Locks or whitefish?
Ooh, Locks, Nova, yeah.
Cantors or Langers?
Langers, come on.
Least favorite co-star?
Ooh, tough one. Joe Volpis. No.
Susie or Jonah?
Oh, Jonah.
Matt Damon or Christian Bale?
Matt Damon, because I worked with him.
Yeah, Matt Damon's great.
Best.
Will Jonah ever make a movie? Sorry, it's in here. I gotta read it.
I hope so, and I think so.
Yeah. Money or happiness?
Oh, money.
David or Liza?
What is this, 2018?
Yeah. Just say Liza.
Liza. Sure.
We love them both, obviously. Liza's great. What was your first car?
Oh, 1987 Mercedes 300E.
Who was your teenage crush?
Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Oh.
We had very strong eye contact many years ago at a Starbucks. And I was like, I think maybe we could perhaps have dinner.
Is she like your age?
I think she's older.
A little older.
Yeah.
She have kids and stuff?
Yeah, I think so.
Damn. I know. Damn, she was hot fire tweets.
Unreal.
Still is.
Can't
And I haven't
hardly
seen her
wait.
Huh?
Can't hardly wait.
Oh, can't hardly wait. Yeah.
She was unreal.
Okay. Who started texting you after you got skinny?
What?
Who started texting you after you got skinny?
Oh, man. I don't know.
That's a good question.
That's
a good question.
Who started texting me after I got skinny? Oh, boy. I do just remember that I started getting incoming calls from girls. And I was like, wow, that's what that feels like.
Yeah. Big difference, huh?
Much.
Interesting how things work. Yeah. Interstellar or Inception?
Inception.
Oh, I'm Interstellar.
Really?
Yeah, I love Interstellar.
I think it's because I didn't watch Interstellar until I became a dad after I watched Interstellar. And I think if I was a dad before, it would resonate because it's really a dad's.
Oh, yeah. Maybe that's why I liked it. And Inception, I love. I still don't understand it.
Yeah.
I love Leo. I love the movie. I've watched it 5 times. I don't get it.
I get it.
Okay. Most embarrassing moment?
I think seeing myself in Red Dawn was rough. When I was 10 years old, I was water skiing at sleepaway camp in Connecticut, and the first time I got up, my bathing suit fell off from the sheer velocity of the wind against my small privates, and I dropped into the water, and it took hours to find my bathing suit, and I wouldn't get it back on the boat. And they're like, "No, we'll just wrap a towel around you." I said, "I can't."
Boxers or briefs?
Boxer brief.
Ever done butt stuff?
What are we talking?
Your butt, someone else's butt?
I've lived.
Okay. You're about to go to the electric chair. Last meal.
Ooh. I recently put together my last meal, and it would be orange chicken and rice.
Yes.
Beef chow fun. The flat noodles.
God, we're the
chicken
same.
parm.
Whoa. You're going to cross ethnicities?
Can I?
Okay.
It's my last meal.
Chicken parm and orange chicken?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Both
okay.
fried chickens,
Yep.
just in different sauces.
Yeah.
Preparation. Penne vodka.
Oh, so good.
So good.
Yeah.
Macaroni and cheese in a skillet with breadcrumbs.
Oh, God. Okay, that's good.
Mint chip ice cream.
Okay, God.
Cake. Mint chip ice cream cake.
Mint chip ice cream cake from like Fudgy the Whale, Carvel?
Yeah, like Fudgy Whale. Or I would have a Carvalanche. Do you know what a Carvalanche is?
No, what's a Carvalanche?
When Dairy Queen came out with their Blizzard and it was hot fire, viral, Carvel goes, "We need something." They're like, we'll go with we'll call it a Carvalanche.
I'm listening to that guy's voiceover. You remember the commercials?
Yeah.
Carvel. We need a Carvalanche. Yeah.
It's the best.
Okay, guys, look up Carvalanche if you can. Is Carvel still around?
Yeah. There's one in Westwood.
Okay, here we go. Last person you texted.
Why don't I check? Last person I texted. I hope this is good. Elon Musk. I wish it. John Stamos.
No way.
Yeah.
What did he say?
He sent me pictures saying we used to be funny, and it's pictures of us in the White House.
Oh my God, those
I
are
lived a
cool.
cool life.
Those are great.
So glad we ended on this.
Yeah.
What a great
Yeah, it's a good ending.
me and God. I mean, that is just like a real flex.
Kanye or Pete Davidson?
My friend Jordan Oken, shout out the Air Jordan podcast, has said Kanye West, whether you like him or not, is the artist of our generation.
100%.
He's like, yeah.
100%.
He's Walt Disney. He's the guy.
He says he's Walt Disney.
I know. That's why I gave it to him.
All right, that's it. Josh, this was awesome. Thank you. Go check out Josh's new podcast, The Good Guys. Go check out How I Met Your Father on Hulu. What else? Everything. The book, Happy People Are Annoying.
Yeah.
I
think 13 the Musical on Netflix.
Yes, I saw you're in that. Do you have a big part?
Ish.
Great.
I play a rabbi.
You do?
A religious leader, yeah.
Go check that out. I'll be seeing that with my kids for sure.
Love it.
I love you, man.
Hey, Jason.
Thank you.
Always.
You're the
Can I
best.
watch this before you put it out?
Yes. Yes, you can.